I can't assure that he will be re-elected. A member who is not doing his duty, there is no guarantee that he will not be re-elected. That is left to the people. I have no comment. See, Dr. Keshavarao.
Thank you, sir.
Keshavarao, you have 25 minutes for two people.
Well, we have two members, so I would like to distribute between me and the other man.
1 or 2 minutes extra also, no problem.
I'll take the rest thing, time he'll take it. Sir, I stand here to thank the motion of thanks to the President for his address to the joint session. As my honorable colleague earlier said, there was not much that I should say, but nonetheless, he's the President and we are the joint session. So whatever he does and whatever he repeats and whatever he intends to say on behalf of the government, he did say, and we take it, whether we agree it or not, with all kind of reservations and pinch of salt. So the thing is, it is true as he says, we enter into a new year, entering in the 75th year of the independence also. So it is an auspicious occasion, no doubt. And as we had the preceding year, has been a very horrifying one, disastrous consequences few places, thanks to pandemic. It has taken the lives out. We have lost a lot of people, including our dears, near and dears, and doctors, and all that can't be replaced. So, starting his speech, the President preferred to quote Assamese poet Ram Chaudhary ji, stressing the point of unity that was made in the context of the communal oneness and the consciousness of the nation, the soul of this country, that we are all one, and so the unity. I wish that really pervades over entire this country. We do not indulge in what is known as no communal divide. We don't indulge in linguistic groupings. We really respect the brotherhood, or because the address came only 3 days after the Republic, a great day, and we uphold the tradition and also the sanctity of the Constitution, which we gave on that day, and respect the brotherhood and also oneness in the diversity, unity in diversity. That I am saying it not a casting aspersions on anybody else at all, but it is a general comment, taking the clue from the presidential address. Sir, as I said, we have passed through the worst year last, and the pandemic has taken a big toll. Today we are engaged in world's massive and largest operation of vaccination. And we really thank the government for doing it, and also the states, particularly our state, where we have all the doses, vaccination is coming from biotech, that is giving us, and we salute the scientists and also these companies, Serum Institute in Pune and also in Telangana, for the great job that they have done in giving us the dose. This is true that we promised to give some kind of a 10 million people now in the first phase to the frontline workers and doctors and nurses, and 27 again to elderly in the next phase. Like that, we would like to take out, and then we go to next, all the doses coming to something like 130 million. So, but question today is, what next? This is the first phase that we are given. The real challenge, the real difficulty arises in the second phase. There is a second dose. We must be prepared, have more centers, more sessions. So we must be prepared for that kind of a operations, and will not be satisfied with the first phase operating. My objection, not objection, my observation with you, sir, particularly when you take care of every member here, that we have started this parliament without thinking of vaccinating the members who really interact and work with people day in, day out, particularly the Lok Sabha members. It's all right, the Rajya Sabha, if you want to give the second phase, I don't mind, but the Lok Sabha are the MLAs, are the councillors or corporators or sarpanchas, whoever it is, a public worker who is in touch with people, needed to be taken, was brought into cognizance, and they should have also gone into this kind of a vaccination program in the very first phase. Whatever it is not done, but I hope this will be done, and the health minister was not here, but nonetheless he'll take care of what exactly I mean by this. Sir, what exactly all the debate, this address is about? The address has come preceded only a day, working day before the budget came in. Budget made a big news. So I cannot differentiate the speech from that of the budget, because budget was a very good budget that we have seen. It has, as far as the health is concerned, the kind of focus it made on health and health care, and health care it brought as a health well-being. That's a very great vision when you think of not only health care, not only hospitals, not only laboratories, not only the colleges, not only the nursing places, paramedics, but you think comprehensively, then you call it as a well-being. So it is health and well-being. That's a very nice word that the finance minister had coined, and we all welcome that. Sir, but the health sector as such, because the president had referred to that, I'm trying to say, we have this, which Acharya ji has referred to. We have this, what do you call, dawakhanas at every village level. They are today 7,000, but looking at the size of the country, they look very inadequate. Even if they are there, the medicines and the doctors and the wherewithals there are lacking or in short supply. That should be looked into. We have today in the budget something like 7 lakh crores as against 65,000 last year for this budget. That is very good. Sir, what exactly is again welcome is that this about money that we are talking about, the finance minister says more can come in if we need. Sir, having said this, I think I am also conscious of the concerns of all members about the real burning issue today in this country. That is this farmers' agitation. I would not like to join issue with Shivaji or the chairman, which I should not do it also. I dare not do it. But at the same time, if only we were to be little more democratic, little more accommodative, little more liberal in approach and receptive in mind, things should not have come to this pass. The way we have muzzled through the bill here in this house of Rajya Sabha, when we were there, it is not that the members did not get the time. People did get the time, but when they were asked to raise their amendments, I brought it to your notice also, sir. You agreed. Next day when I explained this. Our seating arrangement is such, as you have seen, that we are in the galleries and we are in other rooms. When they came here, which they should not come, when they came here and were protesting in the well, which they should not have done, but when they have done it, when they were asked to go back to their seated, the time they went out, you have decided on their adjournment as not responded to. Now this is how what is exactly in English muzzling through is said. So we are not saying that we did not get time. The man who got the time did get the time, and he did speak at what exactly he wanted to speak. Now today I would rather appreciate both the parties both the farmers and also the government for the deliberations, for the negotiations and for the interaction and also the kind of talks they are involved in. The LOP has brought in the history of the agitations, right from the British days now to only to show the muzzle of the farmer. We are not trying to challenge the muzzle of the farmer because it is the nation's muzzle. After all, this nation is an agricultural nation and the entire muzzle is the nation's muzzle. They should have their say. And as he says, after all, we are all there today because of them. We owe to them unto the Jawan. Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan, the slogan of Lal Bahadur Shastri is therefore very sacrosanct. Now the question today is, what exactly we do? There are talks, the ministers come and say, I don't know, there are only 2-3 ministers here. They must tell us what is happening to talks we don't know. Laws are there. We have passed the laws, the kind of way, the method that we have adopted is known to us and we have commented on that. I need not again go back to that and tell you, sir. But today we must find a way out instead of saying all that. Government has responded well, saying that they are prepared for talks. They said they will agree to many things which they have said. If the government says they are agreeing to MSP, I don't see any reason why it should not go into the book of law, why it should not be legislated and brought into the law pages. Instead of saying yes, if still they are agreeing, then it should be done. And many things the government is saying yes, but still we find from the discussions or from the statements of the former leaders that many things are not done. So what exactly is remained is not known. So my suggestion therefore is, can we think of some method where this entire issue is brought back to the elected representative, the parliament, and we discuss it here. Though it's not, because we have already passed, we have a right to amend. I think the government is agreeing to a lot of amendments and the farmers wanted to repeal, which I don't think the second point, the farmers stand, that rigid stand, I am not agreeing to. But whatever amendments we want, whatever farmers want, if they are reasonable and rational, and which this House thinks is really right because they have thought what is right, they wanted to say, they could not say it, but still the bill was passed. So if the Parliament thinks that something needs to be done, and what the farmers are saying are true, it can be brought in. So some mechanism has to be devised wherein the ball should be brought back to this court so that this Parliament can look into. If we had to send it to select committee at that time, things would have solved. But can we think now of some method where it goes back to it and where the Parliament members are got involved into this, instead of Supreme Court coming and dictating to us? This is what I feel. Otherwise, my objection would be, because I should go on record, instead of just saying that the farmers should be heard. First of all, this law, to my mind, is unconstitutional because it's a state subject. When I could pass an MSc of my own, I have a right to bypass MSc of my own. It is my concern. And you have taken it over and you brought in that there should not be an MSc at all. There is a law. Unless you bring a law saying there is no MSc, the MScs continue. And we in Telangana, sir, only other day, a week back, in the district collectors conference, we said the market committees will continue. The MSP will continue. Though again there we have not brought it into the law. If necessary, we can bring it to law, but bringing MSP into the law, if center does it, it becomes some kind of a guideline to us rather than the state system doing. That is why I agree with one of the suggestions made here from our Congress member, Mr. Chidambaram ji. You see, issues like this should be left best to the states concerned. They know their soil, they know their climatic conditions, they know the geoclimatic conditions, they know how to do and what to do. So is education. I come to education now. The President spoke on education, NEP. NEP is good, but we have not, it is inconclusive. We have not discussed fully. When we are discussing the NEP, the minister said that we will discuss later. So we did not complete discussion on NEP, but NEP is being implemented. They will like, do it because you have a right to do it because there are good points in that. It's a mixed bag as far as NEP is concerned. Now the budget spoke about some standards for the teaching staff. Very nice. After all, we suffer, whenever we talk about education, we talk about accessibility, nearness of the school, how we go, what is taught, how is it taught, and how is it evaluated. So the question is, how is it taught his teacher? Unfortunately, we have been talking much about teachers, but you are to something like 1 crore teachers, which the finance minister has agreed. 95.8 she said, but it is something like 1 crore including the private teachers. Now if you want to train them what? What is that we are teaching? I am not pleased if you can give me only 1 minute. If you do not hazard in this, give me 1 minute, I'll tell you. What is that we are teaching? We take a book of geography for a minute. I'm talking of primary school which totally lacks this kind of things. The teaching is necessary there at that particular time. How you teach in primary school is, we send a boy of 4 years who has been plucking your plates of the mother, and she smiles. The child throws things here and thither and still will smile because our child, and we send immediately to the school, and at that threshold, one small cane is there in the hand of the teacher and says silence, and you know what kind of thing. That the education psychology has told us that any kind of such interference with the child will dwarf the growth. This kind of thing has also been taught when we are thinking of the primary education and also the education at the lower level. The budget has also talked about toys, the Montessori system of education. When you not only tell us through the words, but through the toys and through the medium. That is very good. But as I said, let me tell you how you teach and what you teach and what exactly is your curriculum. I said take the example of a geography book. For a 7th class book, first chapter is about the earth being round. Whether the round or flat, that has not made much difference to him because the drop rate according to you is 69%. That means nobody is going up to 9th class. Most of them are getting dropped there. Now after that you have the altitudes and altitudes. Then next step is the world has 6 subcontinents. And the first continent you teach is about Europe. And you tell us what exactly is grown, wheat is grown in Australia and in North America, and coal in London, and you tell them what dress Eskimos wear. So what is produced in Europe or America or Australia is taught with all that 6 continents. The last continent is Asia. And the last subject in that Asian continent is your India. And that India, the last subject is your state. And in that, village is not there at all. So what we teach is nothing that has something to do with you at all. I'm not trying to criticize geography because I was also a Minister of Education in my own state. When there was a lot of criticism on this. But I did not criticize geography as such. How you teach geography? Why don't you say I am born in a particular village? That village in the state of Telangana. Telangana is the state of my India. India is part of Asia. Asia is part of 6 subcontinents. And this subcontinent make a nation. So we can go and where local we can make as the vocal. This is what today we are talking. So education must also think of devise methods of how to teach and what should be taught to the boys. Give me one book, tell me speaking truth is good. I used to ask, I mean, there was one question, sir. There's not a single book, sir, wherein you say Rama is a good boy, is good, therefore good. No, Rama is good. He speaks truth. Perhaps is what he said. Rama speaks truth, so is good. It is not there. That logic is not taught. I know one thing, sir. I'm taking 1 minute more, half a minute more. Sir, there was a question. If you have 1 liter of milk sold for 10 rupees, if you add 1 liter of water, what profit you will make? This is a question in a textbook. But quite possible, arithmetically, it makes sense, but morally it doesn't. So every lesson that we teach should have this morals. So the NEP we are talking about the morals and other things is sensitization. I am not opposed to it. I come to what Shiva said about regional languages. Then, sir, in these regional languages, let me tell you, we have already written 3 letters, the Chief Minister written to the Prime Minister, that the central examinations should be conducted in the regional languages along with Hindi. Hindi, in your committee, sir, you are a chairman there. My objection is, I am a pro-Hindi. यादव जी मैं तो प्रो हिंदी हूँ, आप भी थे उसी कमेटी में, यही बोलने का था कि हम हिंदी के लिए अंग्रेजी बचाव के मूवमेंट में थे लोहिया साहब के साथ. तो अब सवाल क्या है, आपके पास आके इस पार्लियामेंट में जब आपका हिंदी सुनते हैं तो हिंदी से भाग जाना पड़ रहा है. आधे आप बात करते मैं समझ में आ जाता हूँ, जब वहाँ से थोड़ी बात करते, थोड़े लोग, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोलता, बात करते तो समझ में नहीं आता. अब डिक्शनरी तो नहीं देख सकते, हिंदी का डिक्शनरी तो यूज करने का नहीं है.
ठीक है
अगर आप उसे हिंदुस्तानी कर देते, आपकी लैंग्वेज को हिंदी का हिंदुस्तानी कर देते, जैसा कि इंग्लिश में, हम सब लोगों को, मेरे को नहीं, शिवा को नहीं, कृष्ण साहब को नहीं, हम सबको फायदा होता है. हिंदी में ऐसा बात कीजिए जो हम समझ सकते हैं. इस बातों से साहब, about Telangana we have lot of issues which my friend will take it up tomorrow.
Thank you
very much, sir.
Thank you. Members, whenever they speak, they have to look at the chair. Present or not, what can you do? Next is YSRCP. They have not given name. They are not there.